Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the Ace Crypto YouTube channel. Thank you very much for joining me today. We're going to jump straight in with a market cap just over 1 trillion, as it was yesterday, and I think the day before that as well. So it's looking very good for the crypto industry above the 1 trillion mark, which always says to me that not a lot is happening. And if you do look down in the Bitcoin department, you will see exactly that. Not a lot has been happening. We did come back down from the 23k we were yesterday, so $22,788 right now, and we got Ethereum at $1,575. So over the 7 days, we can see we are 13% up in Ethereum. So if you did buy ETH a week ago, you could have made some serious profits there. So yeah, nothing to shunt about. There's 13% profits. I'd like to see you get that in the stock industry. So having a look at the chart real quickly, and as you can see, this is the 1 hour chart. So all the 1 hour chart we have come down substantially. As you can see there on the RSI, there's not a lot of money coming into Bitcoin at the moment, and we are dropping below this support here, turning into a bit of a resistance. So we have to see how this progresses over the next couple of hours. But I do see this bouncing away into a lower price. As you can see there, we're going to have a death cross at some point soon in the next couple of hours, I would imagine. You can see this moving average curve there. So I do expect a death cross, which will indicate a little bit of a downtrend there. Moving back to the crypto industry, and we'll have a little look down here so if we can see any other changes in the coins. So what we do have changed is BUSD has gone up 1 over XRP, took over XRP yesterday, with the market cap there, as you can see, not by a lot, a couple of million, but it's overtaken nonetheless. So Cardano, we've got an interesting Cardano update to talk about later. Solana, $40, looking good there. Polkadot's dropped just a little bit. We have dropped substantially from yesterday, so we're not at the all-time high that we were for this bear market anytime soon. Looking down, what else have we got? We got Uniswap at $8. Litecoin, no, I'm not a big fan of Litecoin. Chainlink for $7, that's a bargain there. Stellar Lumens. Crow seems to be moving very well. Crow, where was Crow? We saw Crow just now. There it is. So as you can see there, Crow's had a bit of a pump. It went up from 13 cents to 17 cents in the last couple of hours. So that's a thing that actually happened there. So moving on quickly to the bubbles. This is the big one. The biggest bubbles I've seen today was the Theta network, and he's disappeared again. As you can see there, Crow with the pump. So Crow, yep, definitely was some movement there. It was something about a blockchain upgrade or something along them lines. You can see Theta is going pretty well there. We'll do Theta very quickly. So I do think Theta is an interesting project. Theta is a blockchain-powered network purpose-built for video streaming. Operates as a decentralized network in which users share bandwidth and computing resources on a peer-to-peer basis. So now that is an interesting concept to me. Things I look for in the crypto industry is good low supplies, some good volume traveling through, built on some built on a good blockchain and some good utilities there. So I don't really look at the price all that much, you know. As you can see there, the price has pumped up a little bit. So Theta, he's at a max of, well, $14 there, and we are $1 there. So 14x, you know, 10x there is relatively guaranteed if we can see an all-time high again for Theta. So I look for things that are unique, you know. I don't want to see another layer 2. I don't want to see another layer 3, an exchange coin, an NFT marketplace, a governance token. Like, I've heard all that before, whereas a video streaming sounds very interesting to me, I gotta be honest. There's a lot of them out there, you know, a lot of them to look into in terms of use cases. Filecoin we went through yesterday. Filecoin, I think, has a very interesting use case. So jumping back over to the Bitcoin chart, we'll look on the 5 minutes to figure out if we can see any trends. That's 15 minutes. We may be coming to a death curve, possibly. So there is a bit of volume coming into Bitcoin there. Not a massive amount, but there is volume. Moving on to the 5 minutes just so we can spot anything. You can spot a little bit of uptrend, but nothing major there. So a high, a high, high, a high, high, and a high, high again. So that is looking good for some sort of a retracement between these lines over the next couple of hours. But I do see as an overall trending down. That's just my personal opinion. So moving over onto the news. This is the news website I use. I shill this every day. Crypto Panic, not sponsored or anything. Just a very, very useful thing to be looking about. So the biggest thing, crypto investors actively signed petition to move Gary Gensler as chairman of the SEC. So this is an interesting one. A lot of people are screaming for Gary Gensler to fuck off, basically. So Gary Gensler is the head of the SEC, but he likes operating in the dark, should we say. So let's just go over to this one quickly on Twitter. The SEC is proposing a costly, controversial climate change disclosure rule, but Chairman Gary Gensler won't answer questions from Congress about it. So this is the problem there, you know. Congress are asking him to produce some form of answer, and he isn't doing so, as he's done a lot of times in the past. So basically what he's doing is he's hindering the entire cryptocurrency market, and he's hindering the SEC and the Ripple case. Personally doing that himself, operating in the dark. The sooner Gary Gensler gets out of the SEC, the sooner we can get some real regulation and actually form some real rules within the crypto industry. Moving on. European central banks bet on CBDCs over Bitcoin for cross-border payments. So now this one's an interesting one to me. Why they're mentioning Bitcoin in this one instead of like things like XRP, for instance. So basically what they're talking about there is how they're going to adopt central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, for cross-border payments rather than Bitcoin, because obviously Bitcoin takes a while to settle and it's not the cheapest for cross-border payments. So what baffles me about this article is nothing is mentioned about XRP, even the slightest. Since the settlement in Bitcoin network occurs around every 10 minutes, valuation effects are already materialized at the moment of settlement, making Bitcoin payments actually more completed. Interesting. But it still doesn't answer the question as to why, you know, with upgrades such as Taproot and Lightning Network will improve speeds and scalability, obviously. So that's a good thing for there, but obviously I don't understand why XRP isn't mentioned not even once in this article, which surprises me a lot, guys. Surprises me a lot. So what do you think about this? Drop down in the comments below if you think it's if they're just trying to avoid the obvious. To me, it seems like they're trying to avoid the obvious. So moving on, world's first digital asset bank announces it will offer Cardano staking. Finally, something for Cardano. Finally, you got something to do with your Cardano, guys. You finally have something to do with your ADA. Rather than just keeping it there in a wallet doing bugger all. Also, he's, what's his name? Charles Hoskinson, what did he say? Yes, basically Charles Hoskinson, Cardano founder, says that the Signum, just days before the announcement by Signum, Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson reassured users that the Vasil hard fork does not anticipate further delays, so hopefully this is going in the right direction for Cardano. I really want to see something happen for Cardano. I always feel like Cardano is a product looking for a hole to fill, rather than a hole needing to be filled and, something obviously being custom made for that hole, essentially. You know, like XRP, cross-border payments, has found this hole. You know, it already had a hole to fill when it developed what it was. Cardano seems like it's trying to find a hole to fill, in my own personal opinion. I hope Cardano can do a bit more in the future, but we'll just have to wait and see. So this was another interesting one. Nomad token bridge rated for $190 million. Yep, you heard that right, $190 million. It seems to be, bridges seem to be the most lacking in security. You'll like this one. You'll like this one, guys. Where does this say? Was it in this article? Nomad, which marketed itself as security first, sending ERC20 tokens between compatible blockchains. So yeah, a security first blockchain ended up losing 190 million. So this has happened quite a lot, especially in bridges, essentially. You know, you can look down a little bit down here, and I think he was talking about the Ronin attack. Anyway, we're talking about the Ronin attack, which happened on Axie Infinity blockchain. Well, not technical blockchain, but the Axie Infinity protocol, or DAO, or whatever it was. So basically, it seems to be that anything with a bridge seems to be where the hacks keep happening. The instance differs from other large-scale hacks to cripple token bridges this year. Yep, token bridges enable users to port digital assets over networks by first locking them inside smart contracts. But the thing is, people are finding loopholes within these contracts, essentially, exploiting buggy smart contract codes to mint themselves a lot of money. This one was from the February's wormhole hack, so that was 320 million. And there we go, the Axie Infinity Ronin bridge attack, which was 625 million. Funny as it happens, though, the guy who started Axie Infinity managed to move a lot of his money before this happened. Surprising that. Interesting one. Ancient Bitcoin wallet awakens by suddenly moving 1,000 Bitcoin. So basically, it was a retired miner's account. What he was doing with he sent it to some different accounts, two different accounts, 518 and 587 Bitcoin there, sent to two separate addresses. He does talk a little bit about what these wallets are. Apparently, they're not exchange wallets, so this is good. So it's not going to be dumped on the market. But it seems to me like it's just someone hodling their Bitcoin away in a safer place, essentially. So basically, suddenly the increase in activity of Bitcoin miners could be tied to the fact there's a large portion of Bitcoin miners started to close their operations, left the market until the price of the first cryptocurrencies returned to its level that make miners more profitable. So the problem is miners are not that profitable these days because you've got to spend a lot of money to keep up, essentially, keep up with the rest of the miners to actually have a chance at validating transactions on the blockchain. So a lot of these miners are sticking out, but not actively mining for the time being until the price goes up to a bit more of a reasonable price that they're happy with. So that's quite an interesting one. There we go. Crypto investors actively sign petition to remove Gary Gensler. F you, Gary Gensler. F you, Gary Gensler. Ooh, Cardano users impacted by the Nomad hack. That's quite interesting. Let's have a look at that. Let's do that live, guys. Let's do that live. So what else have we got going on? This is the one for Matic. So Matic apparently issues 1.4 billion tokens in just under an hour. So this is not what actually happened. They didn't issue this many tokens in the past. Basically what happened was, I think it was staking up for a couple of years. This was a planned movement from tokens which are pre-vested and have been unlocked a year back. So basically they were staking all these coins, and obviously the staking has ran out. So it says at some point, wherever that is, I might find it. Basically what they say is they're more than willing to restake it. More than willing to restake it, so it helps. So basically it doesn't scare people as much. It does say within this article somewhere. We'll have to have a look. Is this going to load? Yeah, Cardano users indirectly impacted by the Nomad hack. So how? Nomad cross-chain bridge has been hacked, okay. Who shared a tweet? Okay, Nomad cross-border payment just received 2.2 million in investments from Coinbase and other institutions was hacked. Okay, so where lies the Cardano problem? 41 addresses grabbed nearly 152 million. Only 80% of the Nomad bridge exploit. Though the total amount of loss not been yet confirmed. However, it is estimated that millions worth of wrapped Bitcoin and wrapped Ethereum and USDC, okay, and other assets were stolen. Okay, so how were the Cardano people affected? Terrible news about the Nomad hack, indirectly affecting lots of people on Cardano. Risk management, gut feeling. So why has this happened? Why? If you click on this, will this load up? Or is this going to be another one of those dodgy situations through Twitter? Give me just 2 seconds, guys. Give me 2 seconds. I just want to find out what this is actually about. Terrible news about the Nomad hack. Yes, we know. Tell me why. No, tell me why. Come on. Come on. There we go. Perfectly fine with using USD on two bridges. Seems like a... It's true. That's true. Yes, I'm aware, I guess. Especially... Not too sure what has happened here. I think two things holding me back. One, I don't feel like I've got a good idea about the risks involved with bridging. I mean, perfectly fine with using USDC on, but two bridges seem a literal bridge too far for me. Two, when a market does this, I have a hard time trusting it. So why? I don't understand. If someone can let me know down in the comments below what is the problem with ADA and this whole Nomad hack, I would be very much glad to read it. Dude, I still don't know why you're crying about. Why would you all swap your native tokens to wrap versions in the first place? I mean, it's got a kind of a point there. So thank you very much for joining me today. Have we got any more information? Yes, that's an interesting one. How many employees are allocating paycheck portions to Bitcoin? So basically, there's a company, NYDIG, launched the ability for customers to offer its Bitcoin savings plan to workers. Interesting. Up average $75 per paycheck. I don't know if that's weeks or month. Despite the turbulence in the market, there is a significant contingent of investment who realizes that investing in Bitcoin and saving in Bitcoin is both dollar cost averaging and having a long-term view. So people are bullish on Bitcoin for the long term. So this is very good in the long run. So I'm happy with this. So make sure you guys are liking and following over the YouTube channel. We go live every day with a new YouTube video. We go live on TikTok every single day for roughly about an hour. So if you could like and follow over there, much appreciated. And last but not least, we have the Twitter. So if you're not on Twitter, make sure you do follow me on Twitter on all the people that I'm following, because all the people that I follow are going to give you the best alpha about the crypto industry you can find. So thank you very much for joining me, guys. I hope you have a great day, and see you in the next one.